Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy, one and only AR Legends, and yeah guys, today I am back with another video for you guys. I have already uploaded one video today, but because I had, you can say, free time today, I have decided to upload another video for you guys. So hopefully you guys will like it. So yeah, what if Naruto was neglected by his family and had the power of destruction? So yeah guys, hopefully you guys enjoy the previous part of this series, and if you guys have not seen them, please guys check it out. You guys will definitely like it. So yeah guys, for the next part, the like goal is going to be 300 likes and 120 comments. Do that and I shall upload the next part as soon as possible. So yeah guys, without any further ado, let's start the video. But before that, I would like to make a request to all of you guys who are watching this video. If you guys are new to the channel or if you guys have not subscribed yet, please guys do so, because it would be really helpful to me as I want to reach 20k subscribers as soon as possible, and you guys subscribing would be really appreciated. So please guys do so. And yeah guys, I've also put the link of my Instagram within the description below, as well as the link of my previous channel Anime N, as well as the link of Anime Triple Two in the description below, in which I upload Naruto videos daily. So yeah guys, please watch it and enjoy it as well. So without any further ado, let us start the video. Last time we left off as we saw that how Naruto finally entered into the forest of death, as it was the second part of the Chunin exam, and it was the day Naruto decided to let loose his bloodlust, his anger, his rage. For years he was humiliated by these people, and now they want to act like it never happened. They want to act like it was only the civilians. But no, he knew everything about the schemes of the council, but it was damn time that the council members start to pay for their crimes by, you can say, having their own children ripped from them, and that would be the ultimate punishment that Naruto would deliver to them. And there was one thing, they could not do a damn thing about it. And he smirked at that. He entered into the forest of death, and it truly became a forest of death that day, as Naruto, you can say, ended the teams left and right by not even killing them. He used the power of Hakai, the power of destruction, which destroyed each and every essence of their body, their being. And just like that, even Shikamaru, Nara's team, all of them were simply no more. As Naruto arrived, even ending off Shikamaru, as Neji ran for his life, he was able to reach to the gates he wanted to get out of this exam. He did not want to deal with that monster, but it was too late. A beam of light shot through his heart, destroying it and ending him off as well. And afterward, Naruto arrived in the forest, ending off many other, you can say, Konoha teams, even killing off, you can say, Kabuto, who was an annoyance to him, but not to get rid of him. After all, he was stupid to get in the way of Naruto, and he was not gonna tolerate that. And finally, Naruto arrived to see that Orochimaru was about to end off his siblings. Well, there was no love lost between himself and his siblings, but they were his prey, and he was not gonna allow Orochimaru to get rid of them. So Naruto confronted Orochimaru, as Orochimaru barely escaped with his life. As Orochimaru barely escaped with his life, as Minato arrived at the last, you can say, second, when he, you can say, felt too much of Kyuubi's chakra, he saw that no one was present there. But the amount of destruction that was caused here, there was no doubt that someone else was here who was messing with the exams. He would have to get to the bottom of it as soon as possible. But before that, he quickly picked up Menma, Naruto, and Sasuke and brought them to the tower. After all, they already had the scrolls, so they were gonna pass anyway. While on the other hand, Naruto finally arrived to the tower with a frown on his face. It seemed that one of the team has escaped from his grasp. That was Team 8, as it was none other than the team of Kiba, Inuzuka, Shino, Aburame, and Hinata Hyuga. Other than that, he has killed off all the sound teams as well as the other teams that were present there. Only, you can say, Gaara's team was able to escape from him, but no matter what, he will get them soon enough. And finally, Naruto has arrived, as he saw that opening the scrolls, he saw two Jonins appear, who were surprised to see him. After all, they were pretty sure that it would be one of their own team, as Asuma Sarutobi was now getting a bit worried. He was one of the Jonin who was present in the scroll. The other one was Yuhi Kurenai, as she was happy to see that her team has arrived and they were safe. as she let out a sigh of relief, while on the other hand, Naruto looked towards Hinata and then he looked towards Kiba and Shino. Soon he will get them as well. So, as you can say, Asuma Sarutobi spoke up. Huh, well, congratulations, kid, you have actually passed. So, go to that room and wait there. Soon enough, we will start the preliminary exams. With a sigh, as the time was already over. As he looked back to see that, you can say, Kuronai gave him a half smile. Don't worry, Asuma. I'm pretty sure that they're just alright. And Shikamaru must be taking a nap somewhere. They missed the evil smirk that came to Naruto's, you can say, face. Huh. Well, he'll be taking a nap for the rest of reality. As he chuckled inwardly, while on the other hand, Asuma simply nodded at that. Of course, Kurenai, I will get them since the time is over. Huh, so wait for me. After that, he jumped into the forest ready to find, you can say, the other competitors that was there. But he had a bad feeling about it, a feeling that he was unable to get rid of. After some time, Minato as well as the Jonins arrived. As Minato had a frown on his face, they were too less of a competitors to even go through the preliminaries, but still, they had to do it just for the sake of it. As Minato spoke up, well, since you guys have arrived here, I must congratulate you as he go through a long speech, and afterward, Minato spoke up, since you guys are, you can say, many of you have made it, we have to cut the numbers down a little bit. So hopefully you guys will do your best. After saying that, you can say another Jonin arrive and the matches begin. As the first match was, you can say, some random Janins, and afterward, as it was Hinata versus Kiba. The fight, you can say, lasted not too long as Hinata was good, but Kiba was able to take her down since both of them were teammates. And after some time, Naruto arrived in front of a random, you can say, Janin from the sand as Naruto looked towards, you can say, to the board with a frown on his face as he said, huh, get lost. As Naruto flipped his hand as a shockwave erupted from it as a Janin before he could do anything, slammed into it, slamming it into him into a wall, knocking him out. As Minato had a frown on his face, they knew that these preliminaries were just for the sake of it, and now they finally have the competitors. So, as Minato stood up, not too good were present here. He was hoping that the guys team would be here, especially that as well as that Nara kid. They would, you can say, show good showing, but it seemed that for some unknown reason they are not here. Well, they would be in the forest. It seemed that they were unable to get the scrolls, but he has already sent, you can say, Jonins, Guy, Asuma, and you can say some other Jonins are present in the forest of that. Soon enough, they will get the kids out. As they spoke up, alright then. The other ones who are present here are already advanced to the final matches as Gaara had a frown on his face, while on the time Minato spoke up, alright, from 1 month on, the finals of the Chunin exams are gonna begin. My advice to all of you is to train well and develop new techniques to show to your opponents as well as to show the will of fire. After saying that, he dismissed all the Janins that were there as Minato simply, you can say, flashed into his office as well as Kushina, as Jiraiya and Tsunade after some time finally arrived. As Jiraiya looked towards Minato, Minato, I'm investigating. It seems that you're right. Orochimaru has arrived into Konoha as well as the Forest of the Death. As Minato nodded at that, I have already, you can say, given the information by, you can say, Manma Naruko. It seems that after giving Sasuke the curse mark, he has fled from the forest, but I do not know why he did that. I'm pretty sure that it was an opportunity for him to get rid of Menmai Naruko just to hurt me. As Jiraiya shook his head, you never know, Minato. Orochimaru is a slippery person, and he must have, you can say, other agendas for such things. As Minato nodded, no matter what, he's gonna get rid of Orochimaru. As afterward, he slumped a little bit. Well, before he could say anything, the windows simply shattered of the Hokage office as Jiraiya appeared in front of Minato ready for anything. Even Minato was ready, as well as, you can say, Tsunade, Kushina and the Ambos. But to the surprise, it was none other than Guy who was panting, and after some time, you can say Asuma also arrived with an unreadable expression on his face as, you can say, Guy had almost had tears in his eyes as he looked towards Minato. Lord Hokage, you would have to help us. We cannot find our Janins in the forest of death. As Minato had a bad feeling about it as he looked towards Asuma, who simply shook his head. I tried. Lord Hokage, even some of the censors, I asked for the help of some of the censors from Jonins, but they're unable to find any Janins in the forest of death. There is a bad feeling in my heart, Lord Hokage. You would have to help us. As Minato quickly nodded at that, let's go. After all, the children they're talking about are actually clan heirs, and their safety is the highest priority at the moment. Now we are gonna have a small timescape as there was a somber feeling in the whole room as the whole room was dead silence as it was none other than the council room. And for the one time in the whole founding of Konoha, as the council room was silent as Minato finally stepped into it with a somber expression on his face as if it was dark dead in the night as Minato took his seat, as while he looked to see the hopeful faces of his old friends like Shikaku, even Shikaku Nara looked desperate at this point, while Inoichi was freely crying at this point, while even you can say the other you can say many of the clan heads who had their children in the Chunin exam were also looking away as Minato took his seat, and after some time, some Jonins and Ambo arrived. As this team consisted purely of the censors, as you can say, the figure stepped forward, as it was none other than Asuma Sarutobi. As I said, Lord Hokage. After 10 hours of complete search through the forest, we have found no traces, only this. As I look towards, you can say, Shikaku Nara, as Shikaku simply looked towards the headband as it had some blood on it. As he grabbed the headband and now tears were leaking from his eyes. He could not believe it. He knew there was a chance. He knew, damn it, that there was a chance that his son would not come out of that forest alive. Why, damn it, why? When it was not even they only were Janin for 6 months. Why did they even enter into the forest, into the Chunin exams to begin with? As he slammed his face into the table. As while on the other hand, the same thoughts were going through you can say, the heads of the many clan heads as Inoichi stood up as he vanishes and appeared in front of Asuma with his face raised high as he slammed it into the face of Asuma who was now on the ground. Damn it, it is your fault. Who are you? Why? Why did you even let them enter into the Chunin exam? You were told that they were only rookies and yet you let them enter as Asuma look away. What could he say at this point? As Hyuga Hiyashi, even though he would never say it out loud, he was glad that Hinata was able to come out of that forest alive. Same was the case with other clan heads, but now the other ones who had lost their children were now looking towards them in anger. As Minato spoke up before the situation got worse, you guys have to calm down, you have to understand. But before he could say anything, as even you can say, the father of Choji stood out, one of the most calmest member of the council, as he glared towards Minato with as much hatred as possible. We do not care, Minato. You have to tell us who was the one who killed our children. As Minato looked away, there were too many Janins killed off. There was no way in hell that this was all caused by the Janins. It was like a monster has done things. There was not even a trace of anything found. It was truly luck that even you can say Shikamaru's headband was found. Other than that, there was nothing. As Hiyashi looked away, his nephew Neji was dead, and there was nothing he could do. Guy was, you can say, weeping on the side, barely able to contain his tears. Even Kakashi was simply looking away, not able to meet the eyes of his, you can say, friends. As Minato spoke up, I have information for you guys. It seems that Orochimaru of the Sannin has entered into the village and the forest of that to give Sasuke Uchiha the curse mark. As all the clan heads looked towards Minato in utter shock, as Shikaku Nara stood up as he glared towards Minato. That damn snake is responsible, Minato. I'm telling you, he arrived here just to weaken Konoha, to promise its destruction, and what better way to kill off the next generation of Konoha. He has given us a decisive blow, Minato. You would have to get rid of him this time. There was no way in hell they were gonna let the sentimentality to get in the way. As you can say, the Shikaku Nara as well as his team members and the council members glared towards Jiraiya, daring him to say anything contradictory. as Jiraiya simply looked away. At this point, there was nothing he could do for his old friend Orochimaru. As Minato nodded at that, we truly believe that Orochimaru is responsible for trying to cripple the next generation of Konoha, so he would have to pay for his crimes. I have already sent off my best Ambu. As all the council members simply nodded at that, but many of them were angry. They wanted revenge, and they will get it no matter what. While, on the other hand, unknown to all of them, a figure was floating on top of Konoha as he was looking down towards it. He had a small, you can say, light in his hand, as it was a ball of small energy of destruction, as Naruto was simply tossing it into the air and then grabbing it like he was thinking, it would be too easy to end it all. He simply looked towards the energy of destruction. All he had to do is to drop it. And just like that, the half of this planet would be gone. But that is not. The time is not right at the moment. He smirked at that, but suddenly he looked into the sky. He felt it again. There it is. As he vanishes into ultra speed, while on the other hand, far away in the space, as two Osusuki members were floating as they had, you can say, a fruit in their hands as one of the figure looked towards the other. We should leave soon. Our king is waiting for this for a century. We should provide it as soon as possible. The other one nodded. Of course, my lord. Let us leave. But before they could complete his sentence, as you can say, the other one was launched like a rocket into the very tree from which this fruit was born, shattering the tree apart. As the other one was surprised, as Naruto was simply looking towards him. Interesting eyes you have. Mind if I have one? And just like that, the Osusuki grabbed his socket eye as Naruto had it in his hand. Interesting. Tell me, Kurama, is this eye powerful than your father's? At this, Kurama simply chuckled as he said, to be honest, my lord, it is nothing compared to yours. And if it is powerful than my father or not, it doesn't matter. As Naruto smirked, right answer. It doesn't matter. As Naruto closes his face and the energy of destruction completely erases the Rinnegan eye. As Naruto looked towards the Osusuki who was bleeding from one eye. Who the hell are you? You're not the residents of this planet. As Naruto simply smirked at that. I come from far away. But anyways, here's the deal. You give me that and I will let you go. How's that? As the Osusuki gritted his teeth, I will never allow you to have the chakra fruit of this plant. But before he could complete his sentence, Naruto had already grabbed the chakra fruit and now he was leaning at the back of the Osusuki casually. So, tell me, Kurama, is this fruit stronger than the previous one? As Kurama had smirked at that, well, this planet is more powerful, so therefore, the fruit is even more powerful. As Naruto smirked at that, would it grant me the abilities to create things? What was the technique of your so-called father? Oh yes, the creation of everything, right? But do tell me, would he have been able to create a planet? As Kurama simply shook his head, no matter how powerful his father was, he was nowhere near powerful enough for something like that. Does Naruto simply chuckle at that? As the Osusuki, as a axe slammed into his neck, as the other Osusuki has came back to protect his lord and try to get rid of this enemy, whoever he was. But his axe simply shattered into pieces. As Naruto looked towards him, well, you tried to annoy me, didn't you? Well, begone, Hakai. And just like that, the Osusuki vanishes into purple energy as Naruto looked towards the other one who was floating into the air grabbing his one eye. As Naruto smirked at that, you want to be gone as well, don't you? Well then, as Naruto was about to end him as well, but the Osusuki said, no, this will not be my end. And just like that, a portal opened as he entered into it as Naruto vanishes, trying to grab him, but it was too late. The portal has already vanished. You got away, Kurama. As Kurama simply nodded at that. It doesn't matter, my lord. He is too weak to give you a challenge. As Naruto said, he did say something about a king of the Osusukis. Maybe he would be fun in the future. As for now, as Naruto grabbed the fruit and started to eat it, and just like that, he felt it, the power, the surge of energy rushing through his veins as his eyes closed, and when he opened them, a triangle appeared in his, you can say, eyes as he started to shift as The symbol of the Rinnegan and a shining moon appeared in his eyes as he looked down towards his hands. And just like that, he let loose his energy of destruction entering into his chakra stream. And just like that, his power increased, the whole planet shook, and just like that, it was gone. While Naruto was standing at the center of it, laughing as he said, huh, well, this power, let us try. Creation of all things. As he slammed his hand together, and the universe started to shine for a moment. While, on the other hand, finally, time skipped 1 month. In this time, Menma and Naruto were trained personally by by Jiraiya, Tsunade, Kakashi, as well as you can say Hiruzen and the other members who were present there. While on the other hand, the Jonins were training hard. After all, they know that Orochimaru of the Sanin is present in the village and killed off the next generation of Konoha. They would have to get the revenge for their generation. While on the other hand, Orochimaru was in his lab present. He was, you can say, screaming in pain. He had a lot of injuries, and damn it, Kabuto was not here. He had a bad feeling about it. He was not too up to date with the information coming from Konoha, as Minato as well as Jiraiya has, you can say, went through great lengths to increase the security. He has heard some rumors that some clan heads have heirs have died in the force of that, and they believe that it was him. As Orochimaru gritted his teeth, this made his plans even more complicated. But maybe he would be able to bring this to his own advantage, but he would have to get healed as soon as possible. And finally, when the time would arrive, he could use this as an opportunity to get rid of Konoha once and for all. As he smirked at that, while on the other hand, finally, time skipped. 1 month has passed, and now today was the day of the finals of the Chunin exam, the day they would decide the fate of Konoha, and Naruto would decide the fate of the Elemental Nations. As Minato was, you can say now, sitting in the cage booth, he was a bit confused. What was actually going on here? It seemed that suddenly, as in the other parts of the nations, as the other Chunin exams were going on, but suddenly the Raikage and the Tsuchikage had decided that for the last part, why not do it together? So they have sent their, you can say, other participants here, and this would give Konoha more business, as Minato was a bit confused. He was wary at the same time. Orochimaru was there. It could be a scheme for him to attack Konoha. To be honest, it was too clear that these people were not here for anything good, but there was nothing Minato could do anything about it, as the Fire Daimyo has accepted it. So therefore, as since the Chunin exams are international, as event, Minato could do little about it. He had to open the gates of Konoha for potential enemies who were no doubt gonna attack it, and there was nothing he could do. Damn it all, as Minato was thinking, all he could do was, you can say, increase security. Jiraiya was here, Tsunade was here, as finally, you can say, the other cages started to appear. First one to appear was none other than the Case Cage, as afterward you can say Anoki also started to appear with a smug look on his face, as if the look was to taunt Minato, as Minato gritted his teeth. While after some time, A finally arrived within a lightning bolt as he smirked towards Minato as he said, huh, well, Lord Hokage, it is good to see you after such a long time, huh? As Minato looked towards A with a wary expression on his face, he would never tell anyone that, but A was getting faster over the years. He was pretty sure that he was still faster than A, but if it came to a all-out battle, his hands are gonna be filled with A and his brother for a really long time. And that could get things complicated, and behold, the brother of the Raikage was also here, and now he had to deal with this whole situation as he gave Raikage a small smile. Of course, Lord Raikage, it has been some time. And finally, you can say Minato stood up as all the competitors, but finally has arrived as Minato gave a long speech about the Will of Fire and the camaraderie between the nations. Even Minato could not believe the bullshit that was coming out of his own mouth. But anyways, after such a long time, the speech was over. As he looked around to see the varied expressions of the clan heads, especially Shikaku Nara, Choji's father, as well as Ino's father, who were, you can say, all around the place looking for Orochimaru in this 1 month period, as but they were unable to do anything about it. Even you can say Hiyashi Hyuga was helping them since it was his own nephew who died. And while on the other hand, Guy was training even harder, not even you can say giving attention to Kakashi, who was getting worried for his old friend. But anyways, finally the day has arrived as Minato looked down to see Menma and Naruto were ready. He has trained Menma and Naruto personally and now they have become a lot stronger. They were mid-Jonin level easily, and if they were to access Kyuubi's chakra, that would increase their level to that of Jonin. He was happy that now they would be able to keep up their level. The only trouble he had that neither Menma nor Naruto had a knack for Fuinjutsu, and that was causing him a bit of trouble since his own prize technique, the Horatian, consisted on that, and he cannot teach it to Menma and Naruto without them knowing at least to level 10 master level of the Fuinjutsu, and that was a bit of trouble. While on the other hand, he looked down to see his, you can say, other son, Naruto, the master of the Fuinjutsu, and the heir to the Uzumaki and the Namikaze clan, as he got a bit angry at the thought as his sensei has convinced him that Naruto was not worthy, and his mind also believed that, but there was little he could do about the situation at the moment. But today is the day Menma and Naruto will challenge Naruto for the title in front of all the 4 KGs since the Mizukage was still present in the Civil War. He could not be present here. So, it would be good as announcing to the world, but hopefully they would be able to, you can say, get to the point, and Naruto would not be powerful enough. While on the other hand, Jiraiya has Suntrain into the cage box with a smirk on his face, as Tsunade was on the other side having an idle chat with the Raikage. After all, it was long ago, but Tsunade saved the life of the Raikage, who were surprised to see both of the Sanins present. This would complicate their plans, but nothing is impossible. While on the other hand, Tsunade had given Jiraiya a medicine that would shut down one's chakra network slowly but surely, and he has added it into the drink of Naruto. Today is the day Menma and Naruto are gonna have their rightful position as the clan heirs to, you can say, the Uzumaki and the Makate, and Naruto would be sent to the side branch. Would be same as the side branch of the Hyuga clan. Huh, the brat deserved it, he thought in his mind. And finally, Janma spoke up. Today is the day of the finals of the Chunin exam. The other nations who are committing the Chunin exam in their own respective countries have decided to show a face of camaraderie between the elemental nations and therefore has sent their finalists into our tuning exam for this day, as the stadium was filled with people all across the globe as Janma was speaking. So the first match is gonna be Menma Namikaze versus the granddaughter of Tsuchikage Kisuchi, as of Kurasushi. After that, Janma jumped away as the stadium burst into applause as finally Menma smirked. Huh, are you ready for the defeat? As Kurasushi smirked. Huh, you honestly believe that the son of the Yellow Flag, your father, killed off so many of our people, and today's the day you're gonna pay for his crimes? As Menma smirked, bring it. As the match began, but in the end of the day, no matter how powerful Kurasuchi actually was, even with the use of the lava release, she was hardly a match as Menma was way too powerful, even had to use a bit of Kyuubi's chakra, and it ended in 2 minutes as Onoki was not happy, but he had given orders to Kurasuchi to not go all out so that she could save her chakra for the time when it really comes. As after some time, you can say the matches started to go on as Samui and all that, and finally the time arrived. As you can say, Janma spoke up. Alright, the next match is going to be Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze versus Yujito. As you can say, the whole stadium burst into applaud. After all, they knows everything about Naruto, as many of the other nations have heard about it. While on the other hand, Yujito is the prodigy of Kumo, as well as the Jinchuriki of the Two Tails, as she finally arrived to the arena as she looked towards Naruto. I've heard about you from You can say many of the shinobis, you are said to be the heir to the Uzumaki and the Makaze clan, said to be not as talented as his other siblings. So why are you the heir and they are not? As Minato raised an eyebrow. It seemed that Minato has suppressed the whole news about his, you can say, favorite children losing the title, and saying that how they were so generous to give it to him even though he was not as talented as Manma and Naruto. As Naruto gave Yujito a smirk. Do not believe everything you hear, Yujito-san. You believe me to be talentless, but yet I am here and many of the other competitors are not here. So it doesn't matter. We will see who is more powerful in this match. As Yujiro simply nodded at that. Well, it doesn't matter to me. You are believed to be useless, and my main mission is to take care of Menma and Naruto, the other talented children of the Hokage, trying to bait Naruto into anger so that she can end the match as soon as possible. And you are also said to be a useless Jinchuriki, only containing the soul of the Biju and not its power. So therefore, you cannot be considered one of the Jinchurikis, so it would be good for you to get. But before she could complete her sentence, as Naruto appeared in front of her and he flipped her on her forehead, and just like that, she was launched into the wall as the wall shattered. As Naruto looked towards his hand, his strength has grown a lot. As he smirked towards Yujito, well, perhaps you would like this, Yujito-san, wood style. And just like that, a gigantic tree appeared behind Jujito as Jujito's eyes widened. Suddenly, the tree once erupted, started to surround Jujito, but she used her Biju chakra to release herself and used a gigantic fireball to burn the tree before it could absorb her, you can say, Biju's chakra. While on the other hand, Minato stood up, could not believe his eyes. When did this happen? When did Naruto started to use the wood style, and when did he had it? As Tsunade could not believe her eyes as she clenched her fist. How? How could this even be? While on the other hand, the clan heads were confused as Jiraiya gritted his teeth. Well, more surprises. How is this even possible? As he started to think, while on the other hand, the other cages were surprised as they looked towards Minato. Well, it seemed that you were hiding that. Your village once again has found another user of the wood style, Minato? As Minato looked towards them, yeah, I wanted to keep it a bit more secret, but it seemed that my son jumped the gun while inside of his mind he was cursing. How could this even be possible? This would make the work of Manma and Naruto even harder. What was going on here? While on the other hand, Naruto looked towards Yujito. Well, that was a good experience, but to be honest, I do not like it. I have my other power, and I rely on it more than these whole tree, fire, water things. But, anyways, I will end this match as soon as possible because you bored me being too weak. As Yujito looked towards Naruto with a glare in her eyes as she said, just because you have the Mokedan, you believe that you can defeat me. Well, your Mokedan is not as powerful as the first Hokage. So therefore, this ends here as two tails appeared behind her as she vanishes into a blur ready to end the match as soon as possible. But to her surprise, as Naruto vanished from her eyes, and next thing she knew, the ground, as she couldn't believe her eyes, her face was planted into the ground, shattering the ground into pieces. As Naruto grabbed her by the hair as she tried to release a fireball to his mouth, but Naruto grabbed her mouth and shut it by force. As she tried to scream, the fire was still inside of it, and she wanted to, you can say, end it. After all, it was now burning her throat. As Naruto smirked at that, grabbing her by the throat and putting her into the air as she released the fireball, but then she tried to wrap her legs around Naruto's neck to, you can say, suffocate him. But to her surprise, Naruto grabbed her by the leg and slammed her into the ground once again as Jujito glared towards him. Enough! As the fire once again erupted from her body as she started to go through a full transformation as Raikage smirked. Well, the brat is not as talented as the first Hokage in using the Mokedan, so it does not matter. While inwardly he was thinking, soon enough, after this, I will get that brat from my own village and then I will have multiple Mokedan using children. He smirked at that Kumo will be the strongest. While on the other hand, Unuki was thinking, I would have to get rid of this brat The world does not need another Hashirama. He's a threat and must be eliminated. While on the other hand, Orochimaru was fuming inside. The brat has humiliated him in the force of that, and he had something like that under his belt. No, that brat, his body would be his, otherwise he would have to be eliminated. While Minato was cursing in his mind just how many things Naruto is keeping a secret, it seemed that he had to send to Naruto to EBK so that they can get all the secrets. And now Naruto's, you can say, has to be put in the side branch as soon as possible, otherwise he would go unchecked, and he cannot allow Naruto to be the clan heir and next in line to be the clan head. That would give him too much power, and he cannot be trusted with that kind of power. After all, his childhood is not exactly the definition of happiness. So therefore, he cannot be trusted with that kind of power. His mind was made up after the Chunin exams are over. Naruto would be sent to the EBK, and after they will get the secret, the seals would be placed on his mind by Inoichi so that he could be made loyal to Konoha. There was no going around the place if things get trouble with the Fire Daimyo. Well, he's not a shinobi, can be used and can be controlled as well. He smirked at that. Soon enough, the fortune of the Fire Daimyo would be in the hands of Konoha to use it as they see fit, and Naruto would be used as a weapon as he was always supposed to be. He smirked at that. It seemed that his useless son would be useful in the future. While on the other hand, Naruto was now looking toward fully transformed, you can say, Two Tails. Huh. Well, kitty cat, let's have a bit of fun. As Naruto vanishes, appearing in front of Yujito's fully transformation as he put his, you can say, foot into the face of the cat and slam it into the ground as the cat released a gigantic stream of blue flames towards Naruto, trying to burn him. But Naruto simply let out a roar as a amount of energy erupted from his mouth, quickly disintegrated the fire as Naruto looked towards the cat. Huh, you bore me. Afterward, Naruto vanishes, and just like that, it was like a rocket has slammed into the ground. A gigantic explosion took place as the cat was slammed down, as Naruto was now standing on top of it, looking directly into its eyes. Begone! And just like that, Naruto released, his eyes changed into the same triangle, and Biju let out a scream of pain as it was suppressed back into the body. As Naruto looked down toward the unconscious form of Yujito, as he looked back towards, you can say, Janma, who quickly stepped in as he said, well, the winner, Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. Afterward, the whole arena erupted into chaos and cheers. While on the other hand, Menma and Naruto were fuming from inside as Kushina could not believe her eyes. Naruto, how could he have the Mokedon? It seemed that he has more secrets. Well, soon enough, as she nodded towards Menma and Naruto, who were ready. Well, it seemed that using Kyuubi's chakra would be a bit troublesome, but since Naruto has shown that he do not have the complete control over the Mokedon, then they can use it to their own advantage. As she smirked inwardly at that, in the side branch of the Namikaze and Uzumaki, well, they would be able to use him in CRA as well so that they can have multiple Mokutan users, and Menma and Naruto would not be put into it. After all, they're the clan heads. As she smirked at that. Finally, the matches started to go on and on, but I will skip that because most of the fights, well, they are already dead, like Lee, Neji, and many of them. But anyways, finally the time arrives as it was Gaara versus Naruto. As Naruto was now standing in front of Gaara as he said, huh, well, Ibiki, Ichibai was it? I don't seem to remember as Gaara gritted his teeth. Huh, mother wants your blood. As Naruto simply looked towards him. Oh really now? Your mother wants it, huh? Well, I will give it to her personally. So where is she? As Gaara glared towards Naruto, as you can say, Janma stepped in as he said, alright then, let this match begin. After saying that, he jumped away as Gaara smirked as he released his sand and it started to surround Naruto as Naruto simply looked towards Gaara with a blank expression on his face as Gaara said, sand, coffin, as he closes his hand and sand quickly surround Naruto as he said, sand, shower, as he closes his face ready to see the blood. But to surprise, Naruto was standing there with a blank look on his face. Is that all? Huh? Huh. Well, that is disappointing. As Naruto flickered his key a little bit, and just like that, sand was sent flying as Naruto looked towards Gaara with a emotionless look on his face. To be honest, I'm getting a bit bored here, so I will play with you later, kid. And after saying that, Naruto vanishes from the area as he appeared behind Gaara, grabbing him by the neck as Sand tried to, you can say, grab on to Naruto, but his power of destruction was now erasing even the sand, as Naruto said. Have a nice sleep, Gara, as Naruto's hand glowed with purple energy as he slammed it into the gut of Gara. As unknown to him, his energy entered into the seal of Gara as the energy of destruction rained upon the sand demon who tried to scream, tried to get rid of it, but it was too late as the seal along with the demon was simply gone as Gara's eyes changed into white as he got knocked out as Naruto simply looked towards Gara with the emotionless look on his face as many of the people were surprised. Even Orochimaru was surprised at that. Well, no matter, they have other means to attack as they look toward the 8-tailed Jinchuriki. Having 3, no 5 Jinchurikis in Konoha, there was no way in hell they're gonna lose it. But before that, they need a distraction. Naruto at the moment is too powerful. None of them knew the full power of that brat. He needs to be weakened, and who better than the Jinchurikis of the QB as they saw the final matches, which was going to be the final match as Genma speak up is gonna be a 3-way match between Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze and Menma Uzumaki and Naruko Namikaze. So let the match begin. After saying that, he jumped away. But hey guys, here I will left this part. Hopefully you guys will like it. In the next part, we will see a fight and afterward the invasion and all that. So in 3 or 4 parts, this series is gonna end. But I want to make it as OP as possible. So if you guys have new ideas, tell me in the comment section. The like goal is 250 likes and 100 comments. Do that and I shall upload the next part as soon as possible. So yeah guys, see you soon. Peace.